I have reached 1,000,000 miles, and this is my 1,000,000 mile review. So I'm going to give you a little bit of timeline for what has happened, my projections for the future, and then at the very end, my opinion, my advice on who trucking is right for. To begin, I started trucking in 2015 at a company called CRST, and I got my CDL with those guys. It was a 10-month contract. It was forced team driving, so everybody was paired up, and the truck never stopped. National, coast to coast, bouncing back and forth. I was out for 4 weeks, home for 4 days, and I did that for a year. I actually had a baby during that year too, so having a child and being only home for 4 days and then going back to work, that was not so fun. Thinking back now, I would much rather have took a lot longer, but I stuck it out. In my mind, I earned my stripes. I got a year experience, a safe driver. I haven't gotten any accidents, nothing like that, and I had the experience I needed to go out there and perform the job safely and proficiently. So that was my introduction into the industry. After that year came, I went looking for, more favorable home time. So I came to Rail as an experienced driver. It was home weekends, and I was solo, and the pay was, I think when I started, it was either 46 or 48 cents per mile. And I stuck around as a company driver with those guys for 5 years. And towards the end there, like 4 years in, I became a trainer. So I was a trainer and a company driver at Rail, and then I went independent. And I still am independent and training under their, with them as their partner. So, projections. Where do I think I'm heading? What are my goals? And where do I want to be in 1, 3, 5, 10 years? This is my general outline right now. I'm going to be finished with my contract here in about a year and a half, a little less maybe, and the truck will be paid. Right now I'm paying $650 a week for the truck, and then I'll own it outright after that. And so I have a couple options. I could either reduce my workload and be home more, which would be nice because I got a family, and I have other things I'm trying to build here at home as well. Streams of income, backup. I think I need to have options. And I think that a lot of it is having the right tool for the job. I got a truck, therefore I could be a truck driver. So there's other models for business that all you have to do is purchase the right tool and you have job security. So I'm looking into those, looking into buying equipment that will secure my livelihood if something were to happen. And so after I pay my truck, I'm going to either continue to save money and put those truck payments into the business and continue to grow the business. This looks like purchasing more trucks, purchasing another truck possibly for myself, and eventually I'm going to be heading on my own authority. I think I'm going to give it 4 years, which would mean, probably a good 2 years of running after my truck has been paid. I'm hoping to get 1,000,000 miles out of this truck. I have cash put back for a rebuild, things like that. So when the motor does go, or if I have a major repair, I am prepared to handle that. So definitely I'm exploring my options. Currently I'm set up right now as a W-2 employee, so it wouldn't be anything for me to add people to my payroll, right? So looking to hiring drivers, it's going to be a really important decision. That is my projections for the future, at least the first 4 years. 10 years, I'm not trucking. I'm going to be home. I might truck for fun. I am definitely going to be doing other things that are more centered around being with my family and building a family business and things like that. They really need guidance and leadership here at my house too. To wrap things up, we are going to talk about, should you get into trucking? In my personal opinion, I think it's great. I think that having the time to yourself is the most valuable thing. Really, you could decide what you want to listen to. You can decide what you want to think about. I call it a clean environment. By that, I mean you get to watch what's going in your mind. There is no peer pressure. There is no family and friends and coworkers that you're constantly exposed to. It is just you, your thoughts, and the road. My advice, if somebody's out there thinking about getting into the trucking industry, it has changed my life. It has given me the time to self-reflect, the time to better myself, and I've been able to provide a decent life for my family. After a couple of years of driving, I was able to secure a mortgage, and I bought my first home because of trucking. It was a start, and I'm really happy to get out from under paying rent and start building equity in a home, in something I own. And so I think for a lot of people, there is a sacrifice that needs to be made. And if you don't have a support system, especially if you have children, if you have kids and you're thinking about trucking, you got to have that support system on lockdown, because there's been several times, me and my wife, we were both working at the same time during some points, but she had to actually leave her job because of failure to come up with childcare. We were looking around, and people that we did have were unreliable, and so it was either I quit my job so she can continue to work, or she quits her job, and so she's made a couple sacrifices there. And so just keep that in mind. If you got kids, it's going to be playing life on hard mode. That's what I call it. I got 3 beautiful girls, and I call it playing life on hard mode. I love a challenge, and I got one. So my final thoughts on all of this: I don't regret anything. This has been a great experience for me. I've learned so much. I'm so grateful for this experience, and I hope this has been of some value to you guys out there. Thanks for watching this long. See you in the next one.